I'm Ty Jordan and I am a second year psychology student. I became a peer mentor largely because it was just kind of offered. It was just one of those things that was kind of went round in an email, and at the time I was kind of making a life choice to kind of throw myself into everything that I could. And so when the opportunity came up, you get training, and I figured it would just look really good on a CV. Not only that, but when I started my first year being a mature student, it was a bit awkward because you don't have the normal kind of social entry in being a school leaver, and you kind of have lots of things in common, and so it was a bit awkward. So I found for me having a peer mentor kind of starting university would have been really helpful if I had kind of taken it up, but I was like, no, it'll be fine. But actually having someone there to kind of walk you through things and teach you kind of what services are available and this, that and the other. As a peer mentor, you provide, I would say, a really kind of integral and useful support service, really. When you start university, whether it be from school leaver or as a mature student, you're just kind of, you walk into this massive wall of information. There's just so much to kind of take in during your first few weeks, first few months, first year, really. It's just this whole big paradigm shift in your life and your academic life. So for me, being a peer mentor is all about kind of helping people navigate this massive uncharted map of stuff. Because you have your academic stuff, so you have personal tutors, your lecturers, academic support services, and whilst you're made aware of most of the stuff, there is a whole host of things like Google Scholar. Nobody told me about Google Scholar until halfway through my first year. It was brilliant. So giving people kind of like the heads up and all the cheat sheets, whether it be accommodation, and you're having accommodation issues, being able to direct them to the right people, because if you're on campus accommodation, then you speak to one person. If you're in private, then it's a different person. Social stuff, whether it be managing your societies, if you're involved with any, or starting a society, or all these other bits, sports. There's just so many different areas and different kind of avenues you can take while at university, and it is very overwhelming. It can be a bit intimidating, especially if you're a bit of a socially awkward person like others that I may or may not know. So having someone to kind of hold your hand and walk you through all these different areas, these different avenues that are available to you, just makes the whole thing so much more accessible. I think because the extensive training that we get, I found out there were a lot of things available that I wasn't actually aware of. There's just this, it's all kind of the finer details, you know, kind of the main points of call for a lot of things, just, you know, that you pick up throughout university life. But all the kind of the finer branches, as it were, having someone to navigate those, actually finding out that they existed, has actually helped me, because I've utilised a lot of the stuff that I learned about for myself. And not only that, but it gives you, it's just like a warm fuzzy feeling inside, knowing that you've actually helped someone go through the stuff that you went through, because obviously university is a big thing, regardless of kind of how you come at it. So having someone, or being someone rather, that helps other people through that kind of maelstrom of information, it's quite a nice feeling. And not only that, but it looks great on your CV. So when you kind of go off to employers or, you know, further study, saying, well, actually, you know, I did a nice thing and helped out other people, it kind of gives you a lot of brownie points in regards to your character and your personality. And a lot of employers look for that kind of stuff, because especially if you're going into graduate employment, they expect you to have a degree. If you've got a degree, it's no big whoop. You know, they just kind of, it's a kind of a mandatory prerequisite. So they start looking at other things that you've done. So if you've got something like peer mentoring, it shows that you're good with people, you're kind of approachable, you're social, you're knowledgeable, and all these other things as well that they kind of are much more interested in rather than your degree per se. So yeah, it does have a lot of benefits for me personally, as well as kind of making you a better person.